Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Key party meeting kicked off in Makale yesterday. TPLF is holding a meeting. How long will it go on? What is the agenda? We have seen some new developments in the past few days. Pretoria implementation uh, discussions held in Addis Ababa. Then TPLF issued a strong statement after that yesterday. Tigray and Amhara leaders met. So, what is the agenda of this meeting ongoing in Tigray? Secondly, a Fano, a commander, one of the main leaders from Gujum, spoke yesterday. He talked about PM Abiy's intention to visit Bahirdar. What happened? Why didn't the Prime Minister and foreign diplomats visit Bahirdar? Thirdly, Somalia's justice minister leveled some allegations against Ethiopia yesterday. Who is this minister? What did he say? How convincing is the position of this justice minister about Ethiopia? The minister seems to be blaming Ethiopia for whatever is happening in Somalia. Firstly, viewers, TPLF is holding a party meeting. It kicked off yesterday. Slogan is "Save the Party." So it means party is still in danger. Party's status, its future in danger. That is why this slogan is being raised. Save the party. While people are dying, Tigray leaders say people are dying. They say there is hunger in Tigray. There is famine-like situation. Tens of thousands could die. So the party is holding a meeting to save the party. Maybe the party should hold a meeting about save the people of Tigray as well. Anyway, uh, the party raised the issue of restoration of its status at talks held in Addis Ababa when Pretoria implementation meeting was held, and Africa Union, IGAD, American, Western representatives attended the meeting. Abiy's representatives, federal government representatives, Tigray leaders were there too. There, the party raised this issue. The Tigray leader raised this issue. Then, when Tigray representatives held a meeting with the prime minister, again, one representative raised the issue of restoration of TPLF's status, and uh, Abiy said that the matter was being taken by National Election Board of Ethiopia. Then we saw that yesterday Ethiopian state media confirmed a meeting between Tigray and Amhara leaders. Key issues were discussed. Obviously, restoration of TPLF was not part of the agenda of Tigray Amhara meeting. But TPLF wants a restoration of its status. Yes. It wants to be eligible to contest election. So far, its status has not been restored. Secondly, Prosperity Party wants to have its share in Makale. And I think PM Abiy mentioned that too. This is part of Pretoria, by the way, that Tigray representatives will be integrated on federal level, and federal government representatives, Prosperity Party leaders will be adjusted in Tigray. PM Abiy said when he met with Tigray leaders 3 days ago that he offered health ministry to Tigray. He offered Sadkan to take over as the head of demobilization commission. Sadkan refused. So Abiy implied that he invited Tigray to be part of federal government. Tigray refused, but Prosperity Party will definitely would like to be integrated into Tigray's regional structure. Party is definitely facing pressure. It does not know about its future. That is why a meeting ongoing. Probably in coming videos, we know that an earlier meeting of the party went on for months. And that meeting ended without any conclusion. It ended without any decisions. Only two TPLF party members were expelled, Kari Ibrahim and another one. Otherwise, the party could not make big decisions. Let's see what happens. We'll update incoming videos about this ongoing meeting in Mekelle of Tigray People's Liberation Front. Secondly, viewers, a Fano commander from Gujam spoke yesterday. He's a lawyer, by the way. He's been representing Fano prisoners, Amhara people arrested. He represented them last year, I remember. He was arrested once, released, and then he went to the forest and joined Fano fighters. He is now one of top leaders of Gujam Fano. His name is Asras Mare. Asras Mare is basically a lawyer by profession, but now he's heading Fano's political wing from Gujam. Gujam Fano, I said last night in live chat that Gujam Fano has managed to create a cohesive, organized structure. People like Zamina Kasi, Asras Mare, and others, they are leading different wings. Militarily, too, ASF, former ASF commanders are leading Gujam Fano now. That is how Gujam Fano has been able to survive. And Asras Mare also pointed out the fact, the thing that Gujam Fano has managed to create unity, and that is how it has been able to achieve its targets recently. He said people expect a lot from us and will fulfill their expectation. And then he claimed that Ethiopian PM, the Prime Minister Abiy, wanted to visit Bahirdar a few days ago. He gathered Western diplomats in Addis Ababa, but the diplomats refused to visit Bahirdar, keeping in view the security situation in Bahirdar, keeping in view Fano's attacks in and around Bahirdar. I don't know how true is this claim by Asras Mare, but there were rumors. Preparations were being made in Bahirdar for Prime Minister's visit there, but PM Abiy did not visit. But maybe now, when Fano seems to be challenging the Prime Minister, will he visit Bahirdar? Is Bahirdar safe for PM visit? I personally think the PM can visit Bahirdar. It's not that Fano fighters can carry out attacks on PM in Bahirdar. Recently, we saw top prosperity party level meetings across Amhara region, in different parts of the Amhara region, in Gondar, in Bahirdar, in other main cities of the Amhara region. Prosperity party leaders from Oromia, from Afar, from Somali region came and they held meetings there. Nothing happened, no attack by Fano fighters. So it seems to be a challenge from Fano to the Prime Minister. Will PM Abiy visit Bahirdar to meet this challenge, to address this challenge from Fano? That remains to be seen. Thirdly, Somalia seems to be blaming Ethiopia for whatever is happening in Somalia. Justice Minister of Somalia spoke yesterday. Justice Minister, his name is Muallim. He says that it was Ethiopian intervention in Somalia. Hassan Muallim is his name. Ethiopian intervention in Somalia led to start of terrorism. And since that intervention, terrorism has been a problem for Somalia. And Ethiopia is now returning the same policy. How did Ethiopia cause terrorism, or it led to terrorism in Somalia? But in 2006, Ethiopia intervened militarily in Somalia. People say after that, Al-Shabaab was formed, and it was the intervention which led to the formation of this armed faction. And people go to the extent of accusing Ethiopia. Ethiopia backed the formation of Al-Shabaab. Some accuse Eritrea. But it happened in 2006. 18 years ago. Can you blame Ethiopia now for what happened in 2006, 18 years ago? Ethiopia will, Somalia will have to solve its issues on its own. By blaming outsiders, Somalia cannot find solutions. This is what happens, by the way, in third world countries, in developing countries, that whenever there are problems, they try to find uh, they try to shift the blame on outsiders. Like African leaders, they accuse that Western colonial powers stole African, they're still stealing African resources. But these African leaders are hand in glove with their Western allies and their Western friends. So 18 years have passed. Today, Somalia should blame itself for whatever is happening in Somalia now. Ethiopian troops have been part of operations to stop Al Shabaab from entering Ethiopia, from capturing entire Somalia. A broad regional effort is needed to stop Al Shabaab. Blaming Ethiopia won't solve this issue. PM Abiy was not in power in 2006. PP was not formed in 2006. You cannot blame Prosperity Party or even Ethiopian National Defense Force. That was EPRDF. A new era now. That is why, and no one was blaming Ethiopia a few weeks ago for the terrorism in Somalia. Everything was good. Ethiopia, Somalia, Kenya jointly, they were operating against Al Shabaab. But the day Ethiopia signed MOU with Somaliland, suddenly we saw a barrage of criticism against Ethiopia by Somalia. And now Somalia's ministers, government officials, their commanders are accusing Ethiopia for whatever is happening in Somalia. That is not the way forward, by the way. Ethiopia, Somalia are neighbors. You cannot change your neighbor. Efforts are being made to de escalate the tensions. Kenya, Djibouti, US trying to diffuse the tensions, but the criticism from Somalia's top leaders indicates that so far no considerable progress has been made towards diffusion of tension between Somalia and Ethiopia. Thank you.